What's up, everybody? This is my WWE Money in the Bank 2016 review. I'm going to turn off this Sports Center. So listening to LeBron talk. Very happy, first off. Very, very happy the Cleveland Cavaliers won the NBA championship because I bet on the game. I put a lot of money down on the Cavs. A lot of money on the Cavs to win Game 7. I'm not going to say how much money I put down, but I put down a lot of fucking money. Very happy the Cavs won because I got a lot of fucking money back. Very happy about that. Very excited about that. And even if I didn't bet on the game, I would have still wanted the Cavs to win because I wanted LeBron to get a championship for the city of Cleveland. Cleveland deserves it. And tonight, Cleveland rocks, in my opinion. You don't like the Cavs winning, you don't like LeBron, I don't care. The guy's a great player. Anyways, very, very happy I won money, and the Cavs won the championship. Their first championship in like over 50 years. So now I'm going to talk about my poll I put up on Twitter after Money in the Bank, asking everybody to rate tonight's Money in the Bank 2016. I did it by a number system of rating. For the number 4, 9% said the pay-per-view is a number 4. If you voted for number 4, you're stupid. Because the entire show, some parts, like the U.S. title match and probably another match or so, were boring. But the entire show was not a 4. So if you voted 4, you're a fucking idiot. And if you did vote 4, you're just a WWE hater and you think every pay-per-view they do sucks. 14% said it was a 6 rating. 22% said it was a 8. And 55% said and voted 54% voted that Money in the Bank was a 10 plus pay-per-view. My rating, 1 to 10, I would give it the entire show I'd give a 7.5. As I said, 1 or 2 matches were kind of boring, especially on the pre-show. But on the main pay-per-view, the finish, the end to Money in the Bank, Ambrose cash in, that was a 10. The rest of the pay-per-view, I'd say, was a 7.5. AJ winning, I really enjoyed that. That was also a 10. So, on to my Money in the Bank review now. Kicked off with the kickoff show, which was 2 matches were on the kickoff show. For some reason, I don't know why. I guess they want to use all the talent they could tonight on the shows, on the kickoff and pay-per-view. So up first was Golden Truth against Breeze Dangle in a tag team match on the kickoff. It was okay for what it was, but it was just a Superstars main event type match. Golden Truth wins. I believe they get their first victory as a team. Good for them. But I don't really care about these 2 teams. But I am a fan of Fandango and Tyler Breeze. Hopefully they get pushed more as a tag team. They could eventually maybe have a tag team title run. Because now they have matching gear, so maybe they'll keep them as a tag team for a while. And who knows if I don't want to see Golden Truth as tag champs. But maybe they'll win them too sometime. Up next, in the next kickoff match, number 2, was the Dudley Boys against the Lucha Dragons. I like the Dudleys. I don't like them being on the kickoff show, but whatever. Lucha Dragons are a good team, but their gimmick, their lucha, that is getting very old with me. I like the Dudleys. This match was a pointless tag match, and they just wanted to get a lot of the talent on the Money in the Bank kickoff and pay-per-view. That's my opinion. Whatever. It was a Superstars main event type tag match. Now on to the pay-per-view. Oh yeah, and the kickoff show is supposed to have Dolph Ziggler up against Baron Corbin on the kickoff. But that never happened. I forgot it was even going to happen. They put on the pay-per-view for some reason. I'm happy for Corbin that he got a pay-per-view match, and I'm happy also for Dolph. I'm sure Dolph is celebrating because the guy was born in Cleveland, and the Cavs won the championship, and I won the money. I'm in the fucking money. Going to pick it up right after this, after I get my video uploaded on YouTube. Then I'm going to go pick up my money. I told a few people on Twitter how much I won. I'm not going to say it here, but whatever. If you want to know, you can probably find a tweet on my Twitter page of how much I won. I'm not going to say how much I put down because it's nobody's business. So the first match of Money in the Bank 2016 pay-per-view up first was... Put them in order. Why can't I find it? Up first was a Fatal 4-Way for the WWE Tag Team titles. I had the New Day. I predicted that the New Day would win and retain, and they did. Very happy that the New Day wins and retains. It was a pretty good Fatal 4-Way. Good kickoff to the pay-per-view. Could have went a little bit longer, but it was a good start to Money in the Bank. I thought Anderson and Gallows would win for sure. I don't think Enzo and Cash are going to win the tag titles yet. They'll probably hold off until SummerSlam. And then I could see them winning them in Brooklyn. But if Enzo and Cash do not defeat the New Day, maybe Anderson and Gallows will next. I don't know. But I'm very happy New Day retained because I want them to break the record for becoming the longest reigning tag champs. I don't know how they're going to do that. Because Demolition held the titles for 15 months, or 16 months, something like that. And New Day hasn't held the titles for 15 or 16 months yet. But I thought New Day would retain. That's why I predicted they would win and retain, and they did. New Day rocks. Very happy about that. Next was Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. Nobody cared. I'm happy Corbin wins because I predicted he would win, but I don't think anybody really cared for this match. I didn't care about it. Ziggler and Corbin need to stop having matches against each other. It's enough already. Corbin wins. Up next we had the Divas, women's Divas. Ugh, I hate that when I say Divas. I meant to say women's. Women's tag match. Natalya and Becky Lynch up against Charlotte, the women's champion, and Dana Brooke, her partner. This was not... I didn't pay attention to the match that well, so I don't know if it was that good. I think it was pretty short, under 10 minutes. Probably was under 6 minutes. I'm not sure, but it felt really short. Natalya, Becky Lynch as a team, they're calling them Heart and Fire, I believe. Great name for a team. And I thought they'd make a good team. But Charlotte, Dana Brooke pull out the victory. And then Natalya, this kind of surprised me a lot. I wouldn't say shocked me, but I did not expect it at all. It came out of nowhere. But not really, because Natalya is probably fed up with losing and not winning the women's championship month after month after month. So Natalya has snapped. She turned on her partner Becky Lynch, started beating the crap out of Becky Lynch. She was laying on the mat, and Natalya was just pounding down punches on her. That was pretty shocking. I guess Natalya is listening to what her uncle Owen Hart did when he snapped and he started using a catchphrase, enough is enough and it's time for a change. I guess that's Natalya's new attitude now. It was shocking. I said I wasn't really shocked, but it was a shocking turn by Natalya on Becky Lynch. Natalya could be a great heel if they make her full heel, but I don't know. I guess she's going to go into a feud with Becky Lynch. I expect Becky Lynch versus Natalya at the next pay-per-view Battleground. And Charlotte and Dana Brooke, as I said, they win. Dana Brooke shouldn't have even been in the match. I'm not a fan of hers. She needs to go back to the Performance Center and train. Up next, we had number 4. The fourth match of the night was Apollo Crews taking on the Rooster. Sheamus. Not a fan of Sheamus. I say that a lot. Anybody that watches my shows, I always say I'm not a fan of Sheamus. The guy's a jerk off. I'm just not a fan of the guy. He blocked me on Twitter like I care. I don't care. I just thought I'd mention that. Apollo Crews against the Rooster. Apollo Crews wins. It was a decent match. 1 out of 10, I'd say it was a 5 or 6. It was a decent match. I'm very happy Apollo Crews won and defeated the Rooster. Rooster can go back to his playpen with his family. Up next, we had the fifth match on Money in the Bank. This was kind of surprising. The fifth match was AJ Styles against John Cena. This match could have went after Money in the Bank, or it could have went before Money. I think it did go before Money in the Bank, I believe. Anyways, I got distracted. AJ Styles, John Cena was up next. It was very good. AJ brought the best out in John Cena. There were a lot of kickouts, a lot of near falls. Cena hit AA. AJ kicked out. Then Cena, I believe, was trying another AA. And then AJ countered it, rolled him up, fell backwards, locked on the calf crusher. Then Cena countered a couple moves and locked on the STF. And then also during this, you had AJ hit a Styles Clash. That was pretty surprising that Cena actually took a Styles Clash, but he did take it. And Cena, of course, kicked out. But then you had, during the end, Cena tried to hit another AA. AJ landed on his feet. Then AJ tried to hit a Pele kick. Cena moved, ducked, countered it. And they were going counter for counter on a lot of their finishers. It was pretty good stuff. If I rate the match, AJ versus Cena, I'd give it probably a 7. Or 6.5. It was pretty good. Pretty entertaining. Crowd was pretty into it. They were chanting, "Let's go Cena, let's go AJ, let's go Cena, let's go AJ." And Cena came out, of course, his entrance music, the fans were singing along, "John Cena sucks," or "Cena sucks," whatever the chant is. It was a good match. The finish, of course, the ref took a bump. Referee got knocked out. That was expected. And I said maybe Finn Balor now is going to come out and the Balor Club will come on the main roster. But Balor did not come out. I didn't really expect to see him, but I just thought maybe he could. Anyways, instead of Finn Balor, the Club, Gallows and Anderson came out, and of course they interfered. They picked up John Cena, hit the Magic Killer on him, and then he's knocked out cold, and I believe they might have put AJ on top of Cena, or maybe AJ crawled over. I don't remember. Anyways, AJ Styles covers Cena. The ref gets up and counts 1, 2, pretty slowly, 3, and I was pretty surprised because I didn't think AJ would win the first match, really. I did predict AJ would win, but I didn't really think he was going to. Happy AJ won. And for everybody on Twitter, I don't care how he won. He won by having the club help him. Having to help him. Of course you're going to help him. He's a fucking heel. What do you expect? That's how heels win a lot of the time. They get help from their friends or other heels. I wasn't surprised how the club interfered and AJ won. At least AJ got a clean 1, 2, 3 pinfall victory over Cena. I'm not saying it was clean. I mean, at least he got a pinfall win over John fucking Cena. At least he got a pinfall win over Super Cena. And no matter what anybody says on Twitter, Cena put over AJ Styles tonight. You can say all you want how AJ needed help and AJ, this victory is not going to help AJ one bit. I disagree. At least AJ fucking won the match. Shut the fuck up and just be happy that AJ won. And of course you would not be happy if you're not an AJ Styles fan. I'm an AJ Styles fan. Have been since 2002. Even before that. Or in 2002 when when AJ Styles was in NWA Wildside. I was a fan of his and I saw some of his matches in NWA Wildside before TNA. And then I also saw him on a pay-per-view called WWE World Wrestling All-Stars in 2001. I also saw AJ on that pay-per-view, and he was damn good. And you just knew by seeing the guy on that pay-per-view that he was going to become a future big star. And even before WWE 2001 pay-per-view, I believe it's called The Revolution or something like that. Before that, I saw AJ, I have a XWF Wrestling. I believe it was run by Hogan and Jimmy Hart were in control of XWF. Anyways, I have a DVD and AJ Styles was on a couple of those shows, in those tapings. He was part of the XWF for the very short time they were around. So I'm an AJ fan. I don't care how he won. I don't care what people think. If it makes AJ look weak and it doesn't help him, I disagree. I'm a fan of AJ. I'm happy he fucking got a win over John Cena. And all you people should be happy also. Be happy for one fucking night in your life. Be happy for AJ Styles that he defeated John Cena on a pay-per-view. And if you're not happy and you hate the finish, well, I don't care. Go fuck yourself. Up next, we had Money in the Bank ladder match. And if anybody that follows me on Twitter, if you're pissed that I said go fuck yourself, I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. If you're really pissed, well, you can unfollow me anytime you want. This is just my opinion. The win does not hurt AJ. How does the win hurt AJ? Because the club interfered? That I don't understand that. The guy's a heel. I knew the club was going to interfere, and everybody watching it, you should have knew the club would probably interfere also. So why would you be pissed about it? And if you're that pissed about what I said, well, again, feel free to unfollow me on Twitter. I don't care. I don't need any more followers. I would still be on Twitter if nobody followed me and I was tweeting to myself. I would still tweet every pay-per-view in Raw. So now the Money in the Bank ladder match. I predicted and thought Kevin Owens would win. Sadly, he did not win, but I like who won the match. I really like who won. Dean Ambrose won. It was a damn good Money in the Bank. Here are a couple of highlights of the match that I wrote down. Cesaro was doing a Cesaro swing, I believe, to Del Rio during it. And then Jericho tried to interfere. Del Rio grabbed him, hooked him in the Cesaro swing, and Cesaro started swinging Jericho around and around and around and around. And then Jericho went like this. I didn't know why he was doing that. I thought another wrestler was going to run in the ring and double drop kick him in the head, but that didn't happen. Jericho was doing this because Cesaro swung him into a ladder, side of his head went crashing up against a ladder in the corner. That looked brutal, like it hurt like hell. But at least Jericho was smart enough to protect himself and protect his head from probably getting a concussion. That was an awesome Cesaro swing into the ladder that Cesaro did. Other big spots, Dean Ambrose jumped off the top of the ladder in the middle of the ring. He jumped off and did an elbow drop onto Cesaro. That was an awesome spot. Other good spots we had were Kevin Owens laid Dean Ambrose out on top of a ladder. Then he went climbing up to the top, and Kevin Owens did a frog splash off the top onto Dean Ambrose, crushing him under the ladder. That was pretty awesome. That was an awesome spot. Another pretty good spot, Sami Zayn then came in the ring, started fighting with Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn picked up Kevin Owens and gave him a Michinoku driver, and the ladder was set up sideways. It wasn't flat down, it was set up sideways, like this. Sami Zayn Michinoku drivers Kevin Owens on top of the ladder. That was a sick, brutal, awesome spot. That was insane. And Kevin Owens was laid out, had his back was bent, laid out on the ladder. That was an awesome spot. I've never seen a Michinoku driver in a ladder match on top of the side of the ladder. That was brutal. And that was pretty inventive. And then we had another spot where all 6 guys were on ladders. They had 2 ladders set up in between the middle ladder over the Money in the Bank briefcase. So 2 ladders were set up in between the middle ladder. All 6 guys were fighting on them. That was awesome. Then some of the guys fell off. And then you had 3 ladders. This was insane. You had at one time 3 ladders set up, and then 4 guys, or 1 ladder. 4 guys were on 1 ladder fighting next to each other. Then Del Rio and Cesaro fell off one of the ladders, and Cesaro straddled the top rope. That did not have to. That I'm sure did not feel good. And Cesaro took a nasty bump where he looked like he was a Super Ball. His feet stopped himself on the top rope, and then he jumped and sprung off the top rope, and he fell backwards onto his back. Looked like he got whiplash, and that didn't look like it felt good. So Cesaro took a spot where he straddled the top rope, and then he fell to the outside, and Cesaro bounced off the top rope with his feet, and then he fell backwards and bounced off his back of his legs. I can't even describe it. You have to watch it. The back of his legs bounced off the top rope again, and then he fell on his back, and I'm sure he's shooken up. But I don't think Cesaro got hurt that bad, so that's good. Nobody got injured in the match. And then a ref took, no, that was in Reigns Rollins, or a ref took a bump. Pretty damn good, pretty entertaining Money in the Bank ladder match. They did some new stuff, some new crazy spots in this match I've never seen before, like the Cesaro swing into the ladder. Of 6 guys fighting on 3 ladders. Then we had 4 guys fighting on 1 ladder. It was crazy. In the finish, Dean Ambrose wins Money in the Bank and wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. And then after Ambrose won, I thought, well, having Ambrose win and having Rollins and Reigns in a match, all 3 guys have history with each other because they were in the Shield. So when Ambrose won, I thought, I wonder if they're going to have him cash in. But I wasn't sure. But we all know what happened. Now on to the U.S. title match, which I barely watched because I was watching the end of Game 7, the NBA Finals. And I had to watch the end because I told you I had big money on it, and I fucking won big money. So I didn't see the U.S. title match. I just saw the finish. I believe Rusev had him in the Accolade, his finisher, and Titus O'Neil, I believe, submit. Or might have tapped out. All I know is Rusev wins and retains the U.S. title. Rusev is still the U.S. champion. By the way, Miz is IC champion. He was nowhere to be found on Money in the Bank because, of course, he's shooting the Marine 5. Well, WWE, you should strip the Miz of the Intercontinental title. The guys that defended it for over 30 days, strip the motherfucker of the IC title. Because that title needs to be defended and needs to be treated better. So after the U.S. title match, Rusev retains. We had the main event. which was Roman Reigns defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Seth Rollins. I had no clue what the finish was going to be. I didn't even try to think what they're going to do or what is going to happen. And this match did not start until, if you count the kickoff, if you watch the kickoff, it was almost 4 hours. 4 hours of Money in the Bank. Or 3 hours of Money in the Bank and 2 matches on the kickoff. And it was almost the 5th hour. It was almost hour number 5 of Money in the Bank, supposed to be going off the air and ending. It was going into hour number 5. It started at 6 p.m. where I live. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 4 hours. 10 o'clock is when Reigns and Rollins started. That's 5 hours. It was already 5 hours into me watching Money in the Bank. That was way too long. I did hear that WWE told the pay-per-view companies a while ago that all their pay-per-views are going to run overtime a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Reigns Rollins, but it didn't have to run overtime. And I don't like that idea of monthly pay-per-views. I don't like the idea of monthly pay-per-views running over 4 hours. It's too much. It's too much wrestling for me to watch, but will I continue to watch it? Yes, only because the main event is at the end of the show. So I have no choice, really, but to watch it. I'm not going to turn it off because then I wouldn't know who won the main event unless I checked Twitter. Anyways, the show went too long. I guess they're going to go overtime every single month. Whatever. I guess they're doing that to get more subscribers. I don't know why. They don't need to go over 4 hours. They already have a 1 hour kickoff. No reason to go over 4 hours. So, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, the match was pretty good. Both guys looked really tired. The crowd was kind of drained, like I was. I was drained. I was really tired of watching Money in the Bank. Not saying it wasn't a good show. It was a good show. But it was enough Money in the Bank. I was drained and very tired from watching, and I celebrated like crazy after the Cavs won. Because, again, I told you I won a lot of money. Anyways. So, watching Reigns, Rollins, it was a good match. But it was kind of hard for me to get through it. Because the show will not end. As I said, Reigns and Rollins, both guys, to me, look drained. They both beat the crap out of each other. They both look dead tired. Like they had nothing left in the tank. And then Seth Rollins, a couple highlights of the match, the guy did a dive through the second rope to the outside. I was kind of worried for him when he did that because of his knee injury. But he landed on his feet and he wasn't injured. Then Rollins went back in the ring and did another dive and jumped over the top rope, did a flip on top of Reigns on the outside, landed on his feet, and Rollins was still okay, but I think he fell to the ground. So that was awesome. That was pretty surprising that Rollins tested his knee like that and jumped over the top rope and dove through it twice. Now to the finish. Reigns goes to the outside, tries to do a running spear, misses, and goes through the barricade very hard. The guy could have injured himself. He went head first. I don't know if he got a concussion. I don't care if he got a concussion. So then Rollins throws Reigns in, throws him in right away, pins him 1-2, kick out. There were a lot of kick outs of finishers here. Stupid Roman Reigns' Superman punch, which I still hate that finisher. He hit a Superman punch, 1-2. Thankfully, Rollins kicked out of that. Because the Superman punch sucks. It fucking sucks, in my opinion, as a finisher. So yeah, a lot of kick outs here. As I said, I wish the guy could use a curb stomp again. I would love to see it back, but I doubt he will. Then he got back in the ring, hit a pedigree, or Reigns, when running at him, tried to hit him with a spear, but Rollins countered it and hit him with a pedigree as he was running at him. That was a great spot. And then 1, 2, of course, Reigns has to kick out because he's Super Roman. And then Rollins hits another pedigree. I don't know why he keeps using a pedigree. They're probably going to set up a Triple H return to take on Seth Rollins, probably at SummerSlam. Or we will have a Shield triple threat match at SummerSlam, but I think now that Ambrose is champion, I don't think we're going to see Reigns and Cena at SummerSlam. I think we might see a Shield triple threat match for the title at SummerSlam. Or I think we might see Seth Rollins against Triple H. Maybe it could be a fatal four-way. Triple H, Roman, Ambrose, Rollins. Fatal four-way for the title. Or it could be a triple threat with the Shield in a triple threat. Or it could be Triple H versus Rollins, one-on-one, and then it could also be at SummerSlam, Ambrose versus Reigns. Who knows? I'm just guessing here in fantasy booking. If I would do, if it was me booking SummerSlam, I would book the Shield, Rollins, Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns. I'd book in a triple threat match for the championship. I don't think the fans want to wait until WrestleMania 33, and why not? Why not do it at SummerSlam? Don't make us wait until WrestleMania 33. Just do it at SummerSlam, because SummerSlam is a big show. Now back to the main event. So he kicks out one pedigree, and then Rollins hits another pedigree, and I was like, Roman better not kick out of another pedigree. That would have pissed me off. But Roman did not kick out of it. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins wins the title. And I was happy, don't get me wrong. I was very happy Seth Rollins defeated Roman Reigns and got the title off of him. Very happy the title is off of Roman Reigns. Because anybody, in my opinion, anybody other than Reigns would be a better champion. Ambrose, Rollins, both will be better champions and accepted more by the fans than Roman Reigns has been accepted. I don't hate Reigns, but I'm not a fan of his. In the ring or on the mic, I'm not a fan of his. And I don't think he's very good. The guy has talent, the guy has the look, but I don't think he's that good in the ring. Especially his stupid Superman punch and his stupid spear that he stole from Goldberg and Edge and Rhino. What was I saying? So Rollins, when he won the title, I was happy, but then I thought, because Rollins won and he was playing the heel, definitely I knew Dean Ambrose was coming out and he was going to cash in. And then I put it out on Twitter, hit Ambrose's music, and what happened? His music hit. Crowd went pretty crazy. Crowd was excited. Vegas was a pretty good crowd for Money in the Bank. A couple matches they were really dead for, but I don't blame them for being dead because they were sitting there for almost 4 hours. Or over 4 hours they were sitting there. So, Ambrose's music hits, and I was happy. I was very happy because I actually thought WWE's going to let him win the title and give Dean Ambrose the WWE Championship, and they're finally, mostly Vince McMahon probably is finally going to go with Dean Ambrose as the guy. At least on one brand. Dean Ambrose will be the guy on one brand. And I believe Roman Reigns moves to SmackDown, and he'll probably win the SmackDown Championship. And he'll be the guy on SmackDown. So maybe on SmackDown we'll get John Cena versus Roman Reigns for the SmackDown Championship at SummerSlam. Maybe we'll see that match. And Dean Ambrose, in my opinion, Dean Ambrose is WWE Champion, so he should be on Raw. He should be on the Raw brand, because the WWE Championship belongs on the flagship show of the WWE, and that is Monday Night Raw. Even though Raw is 3 hours long, and every Monday night we have to go on a 3-hour tour, and it drains us a lot. It drains me a lot, but thank God I have Twitter. to go on. Because for the third hour Raw, a lot of it, I zone it out. I still watch, I still hear it, but I do zone a lot of it out. 3 hours is too long on Monday nights. But still, Raw is a flagship show. And it's a staple on Monday nights. Wrestling fans know that they got to watch at least part of Raw on Monday nights. Because it is a staple. It's been on the air forever. I think like 23 years or something like that. 23 years it's been on the air. So a lot of wrestling fans, WWE fans, a lot of our brains are wired like robots probably to watch Raw on Mondays because we have for so long. And we also probably watch every Monday because we hope and we wish for a damn good 3-hour show. And that's hard to do. It's damn hard to do a good show every week when you're on a 3-hour tour. So, Dean Ambrose comes down with the briefcase. The crowd's going crazy. He hits Seth Rollins from behind. I think he came out of the crowd because he didn't come out of the entrance. Hits him with the briefcase. Rollins is knocked out cold already. And then Ambrose goes to the outside, gives the referee the briefcase, says he's cashing in Lillian Garcia, the gorgeous, I believe she's 50 years old. She's still hot. Lillian, the sexy cougar that she is, announces Dean Ambrose is cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase. Crowd goes wild. Ambrose gets in the ring. The referee gets in the ring. So the match is on. Seth Rollins just won the title. He was champion probably 3 minutes, or 3 or 4 minutes. Ambrose, right away, Rollins gets up. He's really dazed. He's really out of it. Dean Ambrose hooks him. Dirty Deeds, hits Dirty Deeds. 1, 2, 3. I knew Rollins was not going to kick out. I knew he wasn't going to kick out when he got hit with Dirty Deeds. Dean Ambrose wins the WWE Championship for the first time in his career. The last and final Shield member to finally get the WWE Championship. Congrats to Dean Ambrose. The guy really, really deserves to be champion. He's busted his ass in the company since he was in FCW. Then he was in NXT for a short time as a Shield. Or I believe he went back to NXT as a Shield and they attacked Big E. Anyways, Ambrose has busted his ass for like over 3-4 years in the company. He has done everything they have asked him to do. He has done a great job. The guy's great at promos. He's pretty damn good in the ring. And Ambrose could be this era's Stone Cold Steve Austin as champion. In my opinion, Dean Ambrose could be this era's Stone Cold if they book him the right way and book him like a true badass champion. Hope you enjoyed my Money in the Bank 2016 review. Follow me on Twitter at TNA WWE Guy. Also follow me at NXT WWE Guy. And I will not apologize what I said about AJ Styles. For anybody out there that thinks a win over John Cena doesn't help AJ Styles become a bigger star, a bigger draw in the WWE, you're stupid. So follow me on Twitter if you like. Also, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate that. If you're a big WWE fan, if you're a Ring of Honor fan, they got a pay-per-view coming up on Friday. I believe it's Best in the World. If you're a Ring of Honor fan, TNA fan, WWE fan, I do videos about all three companies. I don't watch Lucha Underground because I don't have the time, and I'm really not into it. So, subscribe to my channel. New videos every single week. Check out all my playlists. Hope you enjoyed this Money in the Bank 2016 review. Bye for now, everybody. I'll be back on Twitter for Monday Night Raw as always. Live tweeting it. Bye for now.